Have you ever thought about how thin and fragile the place we live on really is? Imagine holding an apple in your hand. The skin of that apple is so thin compared to the fruit inside, right? It's just like the layer of earth where all life exists. Life exists on a layer as thin as the skin of an apple compared to the size of the earth. From the tallest mountains to the deepest ocean trenches, every tree, animal, and human beings lives on this super thin crust. Isn't that mind blowing? That's one reason Earth is so unique. Now, here is another interesting fact. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. So, it should be the hottest? But no. Venus, which is farther away, is actually hotter than Mercury. How can that be? Let's explore both of these interesting facts together. Earth is special, very special. Out of billions of planets in the universe, it's the only one we know where life not only exists but flourishes in so many different forms. Think about some of the everyday things that we rarely stop to notice. The air we breathe doesn't just fly off into space, right? Earth's gravity is holding it close. Speaking of gravity, it's strong enough to keep us and everything on the ground, but gentle enough that our heart can still pump blood all the way to our head. Earth has liquid water, a rare gift in the universe, covering two-thirds of the surface. The soil beneath our feet grows food to keep us alive. Our atmosphere shields us from the harmful radiations and meteors that may harm us. And thanks to Earth's perfect distance from the Sun, our planet stays at just the right temperature, not too hot, not too cold. When you add all of this together, you realize just how finely balanced our home planet really is. But in our solar system, Earth is not alone. It's one of the 8 planets in our solar system, all moving around the Sun in nearly circular paths. Let's quickly recall them in order. From the Sun, starting with Mercury, then Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. You might be wondering, what about Pluto? For many years, Pluto was thought as the ninth planet. But astronomers reclassified it as a dwarf planet because it is much smaller and it's not like the other planets. It is not a planet. So today, our solar system officially has 8 planets. The first four, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, are small and rocky. By rocky, we mean it's made of rocks and sand and solid, right? Next four is interesting. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are much larger and mostly made of gases. What does that mean? There is no solid substance there. They are just gas bubbles. Very, very, very dense gas bubbles. Isn't that really fascinating? Our 4 planets are just gas bubbles. Yeah, interesting. Generally, planets closer to the sun should be hotter, while those farther away should be colder. Mercury, being the closest, is extremely hot, no doubt about it, but it is not the hottest planet. Hottest planet is Venus. You must be wondering, come on, why is Venus hotter than Mercury? The answer lies in something called a greenhouse effect. Venus has a very thick atmosphere, almost entirely made up of carbon dioxide. Wait, we know carbon dioxide, the the gas that we breathe outside, right? Yes, we have it a lot in our planet as well. But Venus is entirely mostly made of has carbon dioxide and that too densely packed. This gas traps heat and prevents it from escaping into the space. As a result, Venus turns into a very, very hot furnace, even hotter than Mercury. That's exactly why Venus is hotter than Mercury, even though Mercury is closer to the Sun. The greenhouse effect also work on Earth, but in a much gentler way. After the Sun warms our planet, gases like carbon dioxide in the atmosphere trap some of the heat by absorbing the radiation that Earth gives off. This keeps our planet at just the right temperature for life. Without this effect, Earth would be a frozen world. Now, how does this exactly happen? You will study it in higher classes. But here is an important detail. The greenhouse effect on planet is not exactly same as what happens inside a greenhouse for plants. You might have seen this greenhouse setup for plants in your neighborhood. Maybe your own household might have one where the plant section is covered in glass or a polycarbonate sheet, right? What happens on Venus or the Earth? It is the gases in the atmosphere that trap the heat after Earth or Venus gets warmed by the sun. But a greenhouse for plants, on the other hand, warms up simply because it's in a closed space with glass or this polycarbonate wall. The glass is actually what is trapping the warmed air inside, and the heat doesn't escape easily. So while both keep things warm, they do it in a completely different way, right? So that's what greenhouse effect is. Now, what makes the earth unique? It's the perfect balance of conditions. A thin crust supporting life, gravity holding us steady, air and water that sustains us, protection from harmful radiations, and just the right temperature thanks to the greenhouse effect and the position in our solar system. Among all the planets in our solar system, Earth stands out as the one planet where life thrives. And that's what makes our home very so special.